Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Phil Switch. I'm Phil Carroot, and I'm joined by my fearless co-host, Brock Tamarino. The Phil Switch podcast is brought to you by Sal's Tire Caps. Sal's Tire Caps. Jim, I sent you over some berries from my garden. I don't like berries. Take her easy, Sal. Well, Sal must have got the emails confused, so Jim is probably sitting there with the copy that I needed for the Phil Switch. It happens from time to time. All right. Anyway, Brock, special guest today. We have Peter back. I know he's your favorite. Back in to discuss his book, take some questions from some of our listeners. The producer decided he would bring him back in. I guess that Peter is almost done with his book. He said the producer said he's just about done with his book, so he wanted to come in, start hyping it in hopes that he'll be able to come back once it is done again and talk to us about the book again. So, Brock, I know he's your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, we just got different personalities, but I am happy to, we've been talking a little bit, and yeah, I'm happy to have Peter here. So, without further ado, Peter.
Guys, Brock, Phil, always such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to come join you guys here at the Phil Switch. Yeah, I like you said, Phil, I'm almost done with my book. Turning that last corner. Turning that last corner. The publisher has been asking me, Peter, where's your book? People need this book. And I'm like, easy. Rome wasn't built in a day, I say. That's a joke, of course. My book isn't anything compared to Rome. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. But, I have put my heart and soul into it. This is from years and years of doing this little thing I do called my practice. Talking to clients, bringing them in, seeing where they need my help, my assistance, which, I'm pretty much, batting 100 or 1,000, whatever they call it. I'm not good with baseball. But speaking of baseball, they have announcers in there, and your producer and I were chatting a little bit about about your little advertisement thing you do at the beginning there with Sal's, which is great. You do a great job reading what Sal gave you. But your producer asked if maybe I would try to spice something up a little bit for the Phil Switch for you guys, maybe just for this show. I don't know. I said if he records it, he can reuse it, I suppose, pro bono. But he said that I have such this magnificent voice and strength in my voice that really says masculinity, that he says he feels like is missing sometimes from the opening copy. And so he gave me a little bit to read, so I'm nervous. I don't do this. I was like, well, if you want me to do it, I can do it. I was gracious enough to say yes. So if you guys, I think he wanted me to do it right at the top here. So he's giving me this, the sign here through the glass there. Do you guys mind if I go ahead and do that little bit? I just want you guys, I want your guys' honest feedback. You guys have been doing this way longer than me, obviously. And so I would like some, amateur criticism, a joke again, but kind of true. If you guys could just give me some, feedback here. Is it okay if I go then? Yeah. If that's what the producer wants to try, yeah, go right ahead, Peter. So I'm gonna warn you, I've always wanted to use like this announcer voice. So you guys might be transported to another area once I start talking. Lord knows I will be. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phil Switch. Please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review at your most favorite, enjoyable podcast platform. Once again, you're listening to the Phil Switch. So, what did you guys think?
It actually wasn't too bad. I don't know I would do the thing at the end. Up until that point, I tried to close my eyes, and I was transported to some boxing ring at the YMCA, and then you started doing the flutter thing at the end, and I kind of came back to reality. But other than that, it seemed okay.
Phil, would you mind giving me some constructive feedback? I would second what Brock said. I seemed pretty good. Seemed like you were confident with what you were saying. That's and yeah, up until you started tapping your lips or whatever to get the I don't know, the fan effect. It seemed okay. So yeah, there might be a career for you in voiceover work or whatever, which that would make Brock really excited. I don't know if you heard the interview we had with the voiceover talent, but Brock really liked that guy.
Uh, yeah, yeah. There might be. Yeah, you might be able to do that, Peter.
Thanks, guys. Well, guys, with the book not being done, I don't want to give it a lot away. I said I would come here, answer some questions from your callers and listeners as well. So, I don't want to be the excuse me. Ugh. I don't want to be the guy that's taking up all the showtime here, but let's if you guys don't mind, you guys want to take some callers?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, caller one, you're on the line. Clarence, give us your best. Hold on, Clarence. Hey, let's do this, Peter. Let's when we announce the guest, let's just do that normal. I think what you did right there and before for the advertisement was really really good for advertisements or like spots. But let's just bring in the guest as usual. All right, that's that's fine. I'm feeling a little self-conscious now, but that's all right. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That's good. Let's keep it low key. Let's keep it low. Clarence, go ahead.
Hi guys, I heard you guys had that psychologist gone. There's one thing I've been wanting to do for a while. I've never got my driver's license because I'm so afraid to get it with all the cars buzzing around. I've been on a bus before. I get rides from my friends. Sometimes I take a taxi, but I don't live in an area that has taxis readily available, so sometimes I have to call them. I just wondering if maybe Peter could give me some ideas on how to get past my fear of driving and taking that test.
Well, Clarence, this is a common issue. A lot of people don't want to drive. There's numerous risks associated with it. I mean, for instance, you could get in a wreck. You could fly out your windshield and die. You could get carjacked. You could be driving along, absolutely safe. Not a care in the world. You get stopped at a red light. Somebody comes up to your car. They throw you out. They maybe kick you in the groin. And then before you know it, they have your car. So this is a very, very common type of fear that people have. But all I can tell you is you're going to need to go take the test. So that's the first thing that you have to do. Absolutely. And then, Clarence, you're just going to have to take baby steps. You're going to have to take a lot of baby steps until you get to that car. You're going to feel the car. You're going to feel the seat. You're going to feel the steering wheel. And you've got to say to yourself, this is my happy place. Where I'm at right now is my happy place. Can you say that with me, Clarence?
This is my happy place.
Very good. Yeah, you're going to want to do that. Clarence, now, your voice, are you nervous right now?
Well, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but I kind of... Anyway,
I got to be honest, Clarence, I didn't catch a lot of that. But I think if you just do some breathing exercise. Have you tried breathing exercises before, Clarence?
Well, I tried to, but so I take in breaths real slow. And then I let them out real slow. But the problem is, within about 5 breaths, I start getting real nervous and I start taking fast breaths. And then before I know it, hyperventilating.
That seems like a whole other issue. You know, Clarence, talking to you on the phone, I think that you're the type of individual that could benefit, excuse me, from face-to-face interaction in your counseling. That's what I would recommend. Maybe a face-to-face, find a good counselor, a good trusted counselor. Lord knows not me. I'm not in the area. I've just flown in. I'm assuming, Phil, all your listeners are local. No, you can, I mean, our listeners could literally come from anywhere because our podcast is so widespread. Right. Clarence, what I want you to do is I want you to find a,
Hold on a second. What do you mean by, what was that? What was that tone? Oh, right. What do you mean by that?
oh, Brock, I didn't mean anything. I was affirming what Phil was saying. Of course, I mean, your podcast could potentially be anywhere in anybody's hands. So I didn't mean anything by that. I apologize, Brock.
All right. Okay.
All right. So Clarence, I would find someone that, go face to face. And they can maybe help you through some of this stuff. Maybe take them for a drive. Maybe have them take you for a drive. Okay, Clarence?
Okay.
All right, Clarence. Very good. Phil, who do we got next? Next up is Pierre. Pierre, you're on the air. Go ahead. What do you want to ask? What do you want to ask Peter here?
Oh, well, thank you for having me on the show. If you wish, I am a big listener. I'm having this passion where I've been wanting to open a restaurant for a very long time. I want to bring to people their cuisine. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're going to make what kind of cuisine?" I say, "Well, it is mine. It is from Pierre. It will be Pierre's cuisine." And people will ask me, they will say, "Well, what would you like to make?" And I say, "Well, I make all kinds of things. Sacre bleu. I am a man of many talents." And the people, I talk to my friends. I say, "I want to open this restaurant." And they say, Pierre. It takes a lot of money to open a restaurant. You have to have, if you want to open a restaurant, you have to have staff. You have to have a building. You have to have a kitchen supplies. You have to have recipes. And I say, "Oh, my friends, this is no problem to me. I have recipes coming out my, pardon my French, oiseau." And I say, "I'm ready to make the cuisine for other people around the world." And they say, where you going to have your restaurant?" I say, "Well, I plan to have my restaurant in a big city." But they say, "Well, the space is limited and you will cost you a lot of money to have it in a big city." So I'm very stuck between whether I go for my dream or if I wait a couple more years to have things in place. I've already got clearance from the bank to get the loan. This time I don't have any idea how I might pay back the loan at a later time, but I want to follow my dream.
Right, Pierre. Yeah. So your friends are giving you some good advice. They're saying you have to have other things in place, which makes sense. And it depends. You're not really coming clear on what kind of food or cuisine you're making. You're saying you just make a lot of things. That can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. So you want to make sure that you have your recipes. Obviously, if you're going to go to a big city, you're talking to a guy that's in a lot of big cities, spends a lot of money with his friends on food, restaurants, the nightlife, as it were. I tell you what, I'm going to have the producer get you my personal email, and I'm going to send you some ideas to start with. Okay, some ideas to start with in your cuisine, your restaurant ventures, and so forth. Okay, Pierre, does that sound good?
Oh, this sounds great. You are confirming everything that I thought. I thought I would have a dream, and you are saying that it is possible. I just have to send you an email. I will do that right away. Before I get off the phone, I will get your email from the producer, and it will be a great time. Thank you very much, Peter. You are so brilliant.
Oh, jeez, Pierre, that's too kind, too kind, Pierre. But thank you, and I am well educated. Okay, so we've helped out another person. Let's move on.
Wait. Hold on a second. Both callers, you've just given kind of like general information. I think I've heard Phil give people that type of information before on the show.
Well, Brock, I there's a whole technique to what I'm doing that is very subtle. The listeners that are calling in with the problems or the issues or the challenges facing them right now, they understand what I'm saying because they're in it. They're in the depths. They're in the depths of what's coming. And they understand what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what I'm making happen. I certainly do. Other professionals in my career and my profession would understand what I'm doing. So I understand, Brock, if it seems kind of confusing to you, if it seems like a little bit highbrow, like, oh, I don't understand what he's doing. I understand that, but there is a technique to what I have going on.
Okay, hold on a second. You made it sound like I'm stupid.
Oh, Brock, no, I would never. Brock, I would never do that. I would never think of doing that. I'm just saying that it takes a different level of understanding. I think we should just get to the next caller, let bygones be bygones, and just move right on. Yeah, I'll second that for right now. So let's get to the next caller. Lev, you are on the line with at the Phil Switch, and Peter, who has a psychological technique, is here to talk to you and help you out.
Thank you very much. So I am calling because I am looking for a job change. Let's just say there is several examples of why I want to leave the job I am currently at, and am hoping to get a fresh start. Well, maybe even I could, if the possibility is there, I don't know, I could maybe change my name and relocate.
Well, relocation for a job is a common thing. What kind of work do you do? What kind of work do you do right now, Lev?
Let's just say, for sake of argument and anonymity, that I have several bodies of work. Let's say
several bodies of work. Okay. I'm sorry. It just is, picking away at my brain here. Are you an artist?
Some of my clients, they say I am artist. Yes, they say I have an art of getting to, what do you say, the root of the problem, the answer they're looking for.
This is Lev. This is confusing. I'm my Trivial Pursuit or trivia Trivia Pursuit is coming into play here. I'm really curious to know what you do. Well, I think I can't help you with the name change. That sounds like a state, maybe federal issue. I can help. All I can tell you is if you feel like your life is in need of a change, the best thing you can do is evaluate why you think that is. So why do you think it would be that you need to have a career change right now, Lev?
Well, I feel like it's time to maybe get away. Maybe the tide is turning against me in my career.
Well, so maybe downsizing.
Yes, downsizing. That's it, downsizing.
Yeah, so that's a common issue. Yeah. What I would recommend is, have you started throwing out some apps? Have you started putting out some resumes, applications?
In my line of work, not really resume application type of work.
Okay, well, this is a tough one. I tell you what.
Hey, Relev. Why don't you ask the producer for Peter's email, and then Pete, you will email Peter, and then he'll email you stuff back that sounds like stuff you might want to hear for the answer to your question.
Brock, I was going to ask him to actually shoot me an email and see if we could maybe talk about this a little bit further. So, Brock, I thank you. I thank you for that right now. So Lev, just get the email from the producer here for the Phil Switch, and just shoot me an email, and we'll talk a little bit more at that time. Does that sound good?
This sound good, but I ask that you do quickly, or I might have to have a personal chat with you.
Oh, jeez. I'm not currently taking office calls right now, Lev, because I've the whole book thing. But I'll try to help you any way I can through email. Yeah.
I think you help me in whatever way I ask.
Okay. Lev. I'm not sure that was cryptic. That was very, very cryptic. I'm not completely sure what that meant. I'm pretty sure Lev's a hitman.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm not. I'm just. How much information do you think your producer is giving the callers when they ask for the email? He said he's just giving them your email. Okay, that's good. I'm feeling like maybe I've out, maybe I'm feeling very, very tired, and I feel like maybe I should get going. Do you guys think that Lev might just be like a crypto exchange guy or something like that?
There's no chance of that. He's definitely a hitman.
Okay. Guys, I tell you what, it's been a great time. I'm getting so tired. I'm just frazzled. I've been working on this book. I've taken your callers. I've done various seminars over the past couple weeks. I'm just very tired. I feel like I hate to cut it short, but I feel like I've got to get out of here. Take care of some things. Oh no, that's fine. We're kind of coming to the end here anyway. So, Peter, thanks so much for coming on, pushing your book here. Thanks for that ad spot. That was a really good ad spot, reminding people to rate, review, and subscribe. And thanks for answering some of our callers' questions. We always appreciate you coming in and sharing your knowledge with us. So I appreciate that. And Peter, we will talk to you. It looks like maybe next time once your book comes out, unless you'd happen to call in for something we're talking about. Yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. I really should get going.
All right. Thanks, Peter. So, Phil, I guess go ahead and take us out.
All right. So, guys, as always, thanks for listening. If you would like to catch me on my other podcast, that is the First and 15th podcast that I do with Cap over at Kaplowitz Media. If you guys would like to reach out to us, if you have some questions or anything else, you can do that by emailing us at thefilswitch@gmail.com. Again, that's thefilswitch@gmail.com. Once again, guys, thanks for listening. We wish you all a great week, and we will talk to you here soon at the Phil Switch.